In this video, I'm going to show you how to leverage artificial intelligence for your creative strategy research. And no, this isn't some basic ask ChatGPT how to find winning ads. I'm actually going to share with you my 4-step research process that eliminates 1, marketer's bias, 2nd, gets you raw customer insights, and 3rd, all within a fraction of time. So you're not spending hours and hours doing the most monotonous part of creative strategy, which is research.
So I'm going to start by taking a step back and run you through my entire creative strategy process in a nutshell. This is no new information. Most of you guys probably already know about this, but creative strategy in its simplest format is essentially 4 steps. We have our research and strategy. This is where we go out, find information about our brand, competitors, and our audience. Based on what we find, we then start to ideate and script. Once we've ideated and scripted, we execute or create content. And at the end, we launch that content into the ad account, analyze the data that comes back. After analysis, we can iterate to continue to create more winning ads from the research that we've done. So it's sort of this cycle. For this video, we are particularly going to focus on the research methods, and research is absolutely crucial to nail these other 3 stages. And I've broken down my research process into an additional 4 steps. Step 1 being information and data collection. This is also one of the most important parts of our research process. If we don't have the right information and data, then the rest don't really matter. But if we have the right information and data, the other 3 steps becomes super easy. So that's step 1. Step 2, we have brand benchmarking, 3, competitor benchmarking, and at the end, I like to do what I call audience profiling. Now, all of this might seem a bit daunting, but I promise you it's not, because literally everything is going to be done by artificial intelligence. And the thing to realize about AI is that in 2025, your best way to leverage AI isn't just with prompts anymore. It's not like the perfect prompt engineering and it gives you this amazing result. It's a combination of prompts and the data points your AI has for reference, especially if we're looking for something specific in this case being research for our creative strategy. When I was starting out, I would approach this information and data collection process by going into the ad account, trying to find the winning ads in the ad account, looking at my competitors' ad library, see the longest running ad and sort of try and replicate it. And in hindsight, I realized that is probably one of the worst ways to do research because of this concept called marketer's bias. We marketers think we know how our audience think and act, but we don't. Our customers aren't necessarily marketers. They don't really think and act the way we think they act and behave. Don't know if that made sense, but hopefully you get the gist. Like, our customers are not marketers. That's what I'm trying to say. So the next logical question for me was, where can I find information about my customers? And the next best place to find information about our customers, how they perceive our brand, how they think about purchase decisions, is through reviews, especially third-party reviews. I'm not talking about reviews that are on the website, which have been picked and selected by the brands to showcase how amazing the brand is. I'm talking independent reviews on Amazon, on Trustpilot, and we need to go ahead and scrape that. So let me show you what that looks like in action. I'm going to go into ChatGPT. Back to this thought here, it's not just about prompts. I am not going to start a new chat. What I'm going to do is create a project. And for this video, I'm going to call this project Demo YouTube. And the reason why we are creating a project and not just a chat is because within a project, you can add files. We're going to give this chat all of the tools, all of the data, all of the information using this. We have this brand called Mushy Baby, and they are one of our competitors. I'm not going to reveal the brand that I'm doing research for, but the process is pretty similar. I'd go into Amazon, go into reviews, and ideally I would go ahead and scrape all of these reviews into an Excel sheet. However, if for some reason you don't have access to a scraper, or I don't know, you want to do this manually for whatever reason, then I would just go ahead and translate first all of the reviews to English. Just go ahead and copy, and then go into this ChatGPT and say, ingest this data and respond with OK. That's it. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste. Ideally, all of the reviews on here. So let's do this, copy, paste, and it's going to keep responding with OK. And I really want to do this for the 3, 2, and 1-star reviews, because that's where we can find the lack of this competitor, which we can then leverage. And what ChatGPT has done now is ingested all of this data. And next thing I'm going to do is ask it to create a downloadable Excel sheet. Sure, I've got the spelling of downloadable wrong. Segment the data as review title, reviews, and review rating. I've already done this, but if you're following along, what's going to happen next is ChatGPT will come back with this downloadable file, and you go ahead and download it. I've already done this, so if I go here, Mushi competitor analysis, I've got this file here. I'm going to go ahead and add that. I've also got the file for our brand. I'm not going to mention, like I said, the name of the brand, but I'm going to upload that as well. So in that file, what I've got is all of this information, independent third-party reviews from Amazon, Trustpilot. I've also got social comments from all of the ads, especially ads with high social proof. You'll see customers commenting there. I've also got information about the post-purchase surveys, particularly this one question within our post-purchase surveys, which is really important, and that is, what's one thing that almost stopped you from purchasing from us? This is a very important question when it comes to your post-purchase surveys. It allows you to sort of understand what objections or what potential reasons could have led a person from not buying. And finally, you have your internal guidelines, which are the do's and don'ts. So all of that information is in this document here. And then I've also got information from our competitors, Amazon reviews, just like I've shown you. I would go ahead and do this for essentially more than one competitor. After I do that, I just like to ask, or start another chat and ask, what files do you have access to? And what this is going to do is just double check if it's got all of the information. Then we want information about our audience. And this isn't just customers, I'm talking audiences, like people that would purchase this type of product. Who are these people? Where do they hang out? It's not about the prompt anymore, it's about what the outcome is. And like I've asked it to summarize it, and it's given me this summary in an Excel format. Let me just say summarize the information here instead of a sheet, and it's just going to go ahead and do that. But yeah, I know now that my chat here has information about our brand and our competitor. Then for my audience research, I'm just going to go ahead and ask it to find Reddit forums where you think these people hang out. And this is interesting. Again, what it's going to do is going to search the web, and it's going to come back with all of these Reddit threads. This is sick because now I know where these people hang out. What I'm going to do is new parents. Let's just go to Reddit forum, new parents, Reddit, new parents. So these are all new parents. And again, I would go ahead and scrape as much information as I can. But if you can't do that, you would just do what I did earlier. Copy, go into this. I'm going to call it, rename it to a scraper, because I'm going to keep giving this chat a bunch of information. Ingest and respond. Okay. You just make sure you don't copy the ad, and then create a downloadable, like I've forgotten how to spell download, downloadable file, and remove all unnecessary info. And what happens next is going to create this document that contains all of this information that you've scraped from these Reddit threads. This is amazing because we can now start to understand our audience's emotions, like what sort of problems are they facing beyond what my brand and my competitors are doing. It allows us to have more of a holistic POV on things. So taking a quick moment to reiterate what we've done, or what I've done so far, is I've gone ahead, scraped all of this information, and we've scraped a bunch of audience data, not just from Reddit, but also Quora, Facebook groups, and wherever you can find information, you just go ahead and collect all of that information. And what we are essentially doing is, in this project, which we call Demo YouTube, and in your case, it will be for the brand that you're doing research for, you've uploaded all of these files. What are we doing this for? This research is for advertising purposes, right? And this is where we need to give it a bit more information. So what I do is, what I've done previously is breakthrough advertising from Eugene Schwartz. I have purchased that PDF version. I've also got Ogilvy's advertising, again, a PDF, and I'm going to feed that information to this project. Why? Because I want it to start thinking from an advertiser's perspective. And once it's uploaded, we're going to call this our strategist. So we have a scraper, we have a strategist. So I'm just going to put this back on, but here essentially what we've done here is we've trained this AI with information. It's crazy to think that we're still on step one. Like I said, step one is the most important part. Once you've done all of that, One last thing I like to do is just head over to YouTube, and again I'm simplifying a lot of this, and I just go and type in TikTok frameworks to go viral, and there's loads of people here that talk about have resources that allow you to understand how to script. It doesn't really have to be just TikTok, but essentially what again trying to do is train this GPT not only on advertising but also sort of to train it for ideation and scripting later down the line. I'm not going to go too in depth into that. I've put all of the frameworks for TikTok scripting into a document, and I've uploaded that here as well. Now I have simplified a lot of this for the purposes of this video. I would probably have like 15-20 documents here. Like I tend to upload more than just these 2 books. There's a bunch of other books. There's also a book it's in my basket, The Illusion of Choice, that I'm going to purchase soon. I tend to do like summaries of all of these books. Then I'd upload that document as well, and then a bunch more like TikTok scripting framework, ad scripting frameworks, all of that just being uploaded here. There's a few documents that I've written myself, and I'm equipping this AI model with everything that it can have. And another important thing that I forgot to mention, which is your instructions. And this is what I'd say in the instructions: avoid giving generic responses. That's a lot of the times, if you use ChatGPT, you probably already know this, it will just come back with the most generic responses that are not helpful to me or anyone at all. I've mentioned this a couple of times. If it feels like I'm being repetitive, then it's a good thing, because I'm going to emphasize how important it is not to focus on the prompt, but the end outcome of the prompt. What do you want from that prompt? So here I've set it to avoid giving me generic responses and always respond based on the files uploaded. Do not create responses that you believe to be accurate. All data must be verified against the project files. Oh, forgot that. All responses must be in relevancy to the documents uploaded. So this is important as well. And that is it for step 1. The rest of the stuff is super easy. So now we have step 2, 3, and 4. The way I think of step 2, 3, and 4 is essentially this idea that I've seen online, which is have conversations with ChatGPT. And every time I went ahead and tried to understand how they do it, it would be with prompt engineering. But for me personally, every time I've tried to prompt engineer ChatGPT, it just would take so much time to get the right response, like a lot of back and forth till I get what I want. Has it been the same for you guys? Let me know in the comment section below, but personally that's been my experience. Whereas when it comes to this project and just uploading a bunch of files to a project and then having conversation, I've realized the responses are much better. And what I'm really trying to do in these other stages is essentially ask a bunch of questions. What is good about us? What is good about our product? So for example, what features of our products do customers consistently praise? Features and benefits, right? And it will give me accurate information. Really what I'm trying to do here is not 100% rely on AI. At the time of recording, AI won't be replacing us, but AI is definitely going to replace strategists that don't know how to leverage it. So that's my 2 cents on this topic. I'm going to go ahead and have conversations about the product, our messaging. If there's a winning ad, I would transcribe that ad using transcription softwares. Personally, I like to use this one called Descript. Upload files onto Descript. I would then put our best performing ad script in here as well and have back and forth conversations. I'd say things like, okay, the messaging on our ads and the customer reviews, what are some common themes here? I've mentioned this before, I'm going to mention it again. It's not really about your prompts, it's about the end outcome. What is my end outcome with this prompt? I can write this prompt in any way that I want now, but I'm trying to understand if there are certain things that sticks out within the ad that customers are talking about in their reviews, which means, okay, that might be a winning idea. I'm most likely going to do another video on ideation and script writing, how I would take all of this information that I've provided to ChatGPT and then come up with ideas for my ads. If you guys do want a video on that topic, make sure you drop it in the comment section below. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's a very small channel for me and I love sharing things like this. So any support from you guys is massively appreciated. But going back to the topic, with competitive benchmarking, I'm trying to understand what can they do better. Say for example, there's an us versus them ad. I can easily go ahead and be like, okay, what are the main differences between X and Mushy Baby that you think would be good for an ad? I've just made this up right now, but yeah, it will come back to me and tell me, okay, these are the things. This right here is an idea for this stage. Like us versus them, based on what people are saying, not based on what I think would work. So that's really the goal here, is to understand our audience. Now going into step 4, pain points, motivators. I have a doc, like I normally just create an Excel sheet and create buyer personas. Pain points I want to identify, the motivators I want to focus on it, what motivates a person to buy, turn-offs, things that turn them off, not just in the reviews, but also within all of the parenting Reddit forums. Also, talking about forums, within each of these forums or Reddit forums, you have subreddits. So if I know that people with children between the ages of 4 and 9 purchase, I can just go into that subreddit and understand a bit more in depth what parents with kids around these ages talk about, or what are their problems and frustrations. And so I have a very solid understanding of their pain points, motivators, turn off, objections I need to overcome, and emotions we acknowledge. Now, emotions, I have also subdivided that into 3 stages: the awareness stage or pre-purchase stage, what's my customers' needs and triggers, the first impressions of solutions relevant to like this product, for example. What does this really solve? It helps babies to have snacks without spilling them. So go in a bit more in depth, you become more specific. Then you have consideration or decision-making stage. What do they need in terms of reassurance? How are they comparing things? What are their desires and aspirations now? What do they want at the end of purchase? What's the emotion? They want to be stress-free. They want to be relieved. My camera really died on me. But yeah, and we want to have all of those emotions are addressed within our ads as well. And the last stage within your emotion stage is sort of this post-purchase experience stage. What's that emotional experience? Like, oh, it made my life so much easier as a parent, or I'm so happy with my decision. Those things we want to include within our reviews. Or if you were to have a testimonial style ad when you're ideating and scripting, this is where you get those genuine experiences highlighted, not just making things up, rather than what we, again, marketers bias, what we marketers think is correct. The negative outcomes, have they said that the product doesn't meet their expectation? Then that allows us to go further into product development. What other things do we need to include in our product? Or if us as a product already solved that and it's just a matter of highlighting, then hey, you can create organic posts on your social media, or like you can send an email to your existing customers, educating them on how to use your product better. And then loyalty, what keeps these people coming back, because retention is also a very important part of your creative strategy, which is being able to retain customers using your ads, or get them to come back and purchase again and again. If you guys want a link to this mirror board, I want to share this, but I don't know how. There's obviously a lot of energy and effort that goes into creating these documents. Would you guys like it in a newsletter? Put it in the comment section below, and I can open up a newsletter where if you sign up to my newsletter, I'll share this document, and every week I'll probably be sharing more stuff that I find or stuff that I've done. Or maybe I was thinking like a school group, join school and have like a little community of creative strategists. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. I know this is a long video, so thank you so much for watching. And I hope you go out there, utilize this information, and you're able to create some amazing ads. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.